It's time to crack open a case. A case of Casey. Darren, that is.
Thanks, Tony. It's great that you've kind of recycled an old intro there, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it's because of the council that we live in. It's very big on recycling as a way of pulling Earth back from the brink of catastrophe, and they are doing it single-handedly.
Right, fair enough.
So,
Got it. No worries. Did you ever watch Skippy? Did you know Skippy turned 50?
Wow.
Recently? Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but that's a fair achievement.
50 or something since it was first made. Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. And there's a bit of an odd bit in this article I've got. It's sort of misgendered twice.
Oh,
somebody said, somebody interviewed said that Skippy said her, and then the next guy comes up and says him.
Oh.
So Skippy was non-binary. A world leader.
You're right.
I can't see. I've got it in front of me. What you'd think, if I had half a brain, wouldn't I highlight the sentence that I think I might need when I'm on the radio? Wouldn't I do that?
Well,
now I can't find it.
Yeah, you might think you would. To me, while you look for it, Darren, I'm just going to say that whoever misgendered a 50-year-old kangaroo really needs to interrogate his white male privilege and, quote, do the work. I mean, it's only by doing that we will break the binary, and that's just terrifying that a kangaroo has been misgendered.
Yeah, well, we don't know. It's just ambiguous because you think I could find it. There's one main one we always look upon him as Skippy, but he did have stunt men, and they used other Skippies. There was a running Skippy and a jumping Skippy. But another sentence says, millions of fans earn her the title, Australia's first superstar. There was one main Skippy and several stunt Skippies. Very nice animal, him. Anyway, I reckon it would have been good if they used one of those 7-foot angry big reds.
Yep.
Hey, Skippy, Jimmy's caught on the side of the mountain. Well, you get him. I have to drown a few dogs in a lake or something. I have to go toe-to-toe with another bull male. For land rights or grazing.
For a territory
dispute. How Skippy could pick stuff up, untie knots, throw darts, hitchhike, all the things that kangaroos do.
Yeah.
They use two kangaroo's paw bottle openers for those bits.
That is so good.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yep.
Kangaroo paws. You'd think if you were going to take the paws off a kangaroo and turn them into a bottle opener,
yep.
Why not attach the bottle opener to the ends of the kangaroo? So the kangaroo's now got two bottle openers on the end of its arms. So at least it can get a job in a pub or something. That's more sustainable.
Yeah, you're right.
Kangaroo gets to stay alive.
Yep.
Yeah, so they've got it around the wrong way. You want a kangaroo walking around that's got bottle openers for paws.
And
maybe a corkscrew. Little bow tie.
And a corkscrew in its pouch.
A corkscrew in its pouch.
Yeah. So
that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's an Australian tradition. We really use all of that kangaroo. Have you been in a tour? Have you been in a, I guess you haven't, Aussie tourism, souvenir shop, like at the airport?
Not for a while, no.
And it's Australia, so why would you want a souvenir of Australia? You are Australian.
Exactly.
But there's a purse you can buy these have been around for years, and it's made of the kangaroo scrotum bag.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
I did know about that, yeah. I mean, to me, it's nice that we're using all of it.
That's what I thought. Like, we're really getting our money's worth with the kangaroo.
Yeah.
You know, to use the kangaroo scrotum bag. But what gets me is, I can't imagine who would buy it. A purse, you would think, by calling it a purse, you're marketing it towards women.
Yeah.
Women like to accessorise. How are you going to accessorise? What woman's going to want to be having dinner and go, I'll get this, and then pull out a kangaroo scrotum bag and start looking for credit cards?
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
Well, what woman is going to see that?
What do you accessorise that with?
Well, exactly. No woman's going to look at it and go, "Oh, I have the perfect dress to go with that." It's made of koala testicles.
Yeah, I'm going out tonight, honey. The Birkin bag or the kangaroo scrotum bag.
It's highly unlikely.
Yeah. Thanks for visiting Australia. Here's the scrotum bag of our national emblem.
Right.
The national emblem of Thailand is an elephant.
Okay.
Thanks for visiting Thailand. Here's something to put your bowling ball in.
They wouldn't do that.
That's crazy stuff.
It is crazy.
You faded a little bit, Ben.
Oh, because it's just so ridiculous.
Can I tell you about... I've been reading a book about a river in Italy.
Yeah.
A little bit of Italian history. Some interesting stuff. And there was... you know how the families own the districts, and they often fight over the years. There was the Gonzaga family, who was sort of controlled a small area that was quite powerful because it was in between three larger areas, sort of in between Venice and Milan. And the Gonzaga family, they have marriages to, reinforce, the friendships between the families and shoring up power and all that sort of thing. And the Gonzaga family had to marry out. They were small, so they needed alliances. But it was difficult to marry the women out because due to a hereditary... I can't get it. Due to some sort of... I can't say the word. Anyway, there were a lot of hunchbacks.
That would... Yeah, look... That's all fine on Tinder when you can do a headshot.
Yeah.
But it does tend to get more complicated after the first meeting, I would argue.
Yeah. So it's hard, they weren't keen on... Didn't want to marry the woman with the hunchback.
Yeah.
And it's tricky. Honey, does this dress make my hunch look big? Things like that happen.
Yeah, nobody wants to sign up for a life of that.
I just zip me up. It seems to be so tight. I can't get it over this damn hunch. Right. Or don't wear beige, honey. It makes you look like a camel. And we all know about camels. We know that we can now confidently reveal that camels break wind for up to 80 or 90 seconds.
We did talk about that. What was your line there? Pull my hoof
in really excited tones.
Well, we were excited because it is exciting.
Yeah. So that's something. Don't say I don't let you in on things. What about the Oscars? Did you watch the Oscars? I bet you didn't. No one watches them.
Nobody watches the Oscars anymore. Are you kidding me?
I don't even know what won.
Well, a movie did. A movie did quite well.
Was it any good?
I don't know. Who sees movies these days? I haven't seen a movie in ages.
Not me. I don't see many movies. Last time I was in a cinema, everyone just put their phones on.
Oh, that'd be right.
I just thought, it's a different world now. I just, doesn't.
Well, is that a category? Is that a category in the Oscars now? Best movie to watch while you're scrolling through your Facebook feed on a mobile phone?
Yeah. It could be. I thought they'd be all waiting to see if anyone, like whether they were putting chicken wire up in front of the stage, or whether they had, goons, a bit of hired muscle, goons. Some hired goons on stage to protect whoever's hosting.
Well,
because Will Smith sort of set a precedent now where there could be all sorts of punch-ons. And I thought, what if you're doing your comedy bit and you've got a really fierce-looking goon either side of you?
Well,
you're letting go jokes, and there's these two really fierce-looking guys just standing there on stage, and then maybe someone comes up and tries to kill you, and the goons have to beat him up.
Yeah.
While you're ripping into the material about airline food and making everyone laugh, they're really beating up a guy hard just near you.
Okay. What would be even worse than that if there were two goons hired by the United Nations with strict instructions not to get involved? They were allowed to observe, but they could not get involved.
Well, that's going to be a problem because I think there should be a reality show for goons.
Oh, I like that idea.
Goon Island.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you'd have the early rounds, it'd be, the hard staring challenge.
Yep.
And you'd go through until the real big challenge at the end, that put someone in the forest and bury them challenge. Because it covers all the work that goons do.
Yeah, right. And so, who's the expert on graves, shallow graves?
Don't know. Not me.
Because you used to have a bit in your stand-up, I'm pretty sure, Darren, about...
No, it wasn't me.
Was it Greg Fleet?
It was Greg Fleet. He was a very funny man, Greg Fleet.
Yeah.
And so we'll pay homage to him, but he always said, when they say the dead body was found buried in a shallow grave, he always wondered if the guy who did it would be watching the 6 o'clock news going, shallow? I spent 4 hours on that hole. Shallow? It's 4 feet deep. Shallow. Yes. Brilliant.
So would you call it the Goon Show? It wouldn't be, Peter
Goon
Sellers
Island.
Well, okay, but, it's a Goon Show with a bit of a twist. How do you go from Peter Sellers being a lovable character and a goon to somebody who's going to beat the absolute living suitcase out of you to also being a goon?
I don't know.
It's an odd one.
Sorry to block you there, but I don't know.
I ask the tough questions. I don't resile from that.
No, you're incredible like that. Are you looking forward to the footy season?
Well, my enthusiasm has been blunted a bit by the realists that I keep company with. Is that one way of putting it? Because before round one, you always cock a hoop.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the greatest season ever.
I was reading about Prince Andrew. It's got nothing to do with football. Prince Andrew put in a claim for some money. I guess if you're in the royal family, you have to, you keep your receipt.
Yeah.
And you hand them in, and stuff gets, royal coaches or whatever it is you've been up to. And he put in a claim for some cash, and King Charles said, no, you can pay that yourself. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
It was $32,000, and it was for his Indian guru.
Oh, that's a lot of money for a guru.
Yeah, he has a guru who chants a bit, helps him relax, does a bit of chanting, and probably just rattles a few bones, burns some incest. Burns some incense. Sorry.
Yeah.
And does general woo-woo mystical things.
Yeah.
And then, I guess if it's a royal family, it's okay. That'll be $32,000, please.
Right, so hang on. This is the brother of the head of the Church of England with an Indian guru. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't sound terribly Anglican to me.
Doesn't seem Anglican, does it?
No.
I don't know if it's religious. There'd be some crystals involved, burning some different things.
Kind of sounds low Anglican.
What's that?
It sounds low Anglican, not exactly high
Anglican.
Anglican.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
I just reckon that if you're in the royal family, you're probably just a target. Because everyone goes, royal family, guy's rich.
And carpetbaggers.
If I'm running a 7-Eleven and Andrew comes in, I'll have a Slurpee and packet of Chewy. I'm going to go, sure.
Yeah.
That'll be 800 grams, please. You're always going to add a little bit on.
Yeah.
You're going to, round it up. That's how you do it.
Right. What is it? There's a sucker born every minute?
That's what they say. Even in the royal family, I guess.
Yeah, obviously.
Now, I quite like... I've been reading the Sun, the UK newspaper, The Sun, because they really dish up some garbage. And they have the agony aunt, dear Deirdre, and you can tell her, you call her, email her with your problems.
Yeah.
Now, you know how some guys, or you might have done it, I might have done it, I think I did it, we've probably all done it. You're in a relationship and they don't want you and you just don't quite get it.
Yep.
So you hang in there like a sap.
Yep.
You know that one?
Been there, done that. Yep.
All right. Guy in England, married, got a daughter. She's going a bit stale. She's starting to show a bad side. Yeah. And he's going, well, not in front of the kid. I don't want to fight with him. She says, we're through. He hadn't moved out, still wants to patch it up. Comes home, she's having sex with one of his mates, and another one of his mates is filming it.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
So that's pretty bad. So he writes a letter. How can he fix this?
Yeah.
And she's saying, well, if you're going to patch it, maybe you just got to go one day at a time. Come on. There's a point where you got to take a hint. Mate, I don't think she really wants to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
Shooting porn with his mates. What part of we're through didn't you get?
It's a little bit removed from, forgetting somebody's birthday or not wanting to go out to dinner or maybe saying, I think we should start sleeping in separate beds.
Yeah. I haven't been keeping a track of the time. I think that's it.
All right. On that note, Darren.
Yeah, this is there's a few energy issues. No worries. Good fellow. I'll talk to you next week.
Well,
okay,
I look
Tony.
Forward to that. I look forward to that as always. I do, and in the meantime, because you're a great Collingwood supporter, I can only wish you. I can't wish you luck. I just can't, Darren.
It's all right. It's footy. It's no big deal.
All right, but we'll speak again next week.
All right. Thanks very much. I'll see you later.
That is the always delightful to wonderful Aaron Casey. See what I did there? Back in a moment.